Good day guys, welcome to our first practical example video of what we have taught before. So in this video we are going to do some practice of what we have taught before, and quickly let me explain this diagram over here. This is an RGB LED. We have 4 LED here. So the purpose of this circuit diagram here is that we want to use this single push button to control this 4 LED. So at a push, anytime I push this button, this LED will transit to another. So remember, this is RGB. So if I press the button, the blue LED will light on. If I press it again, the green will light on. So we are going to use this single button to control this 4 LED. So before we go into the code, let me show you how the circuit works. So I'm going to simulate it now. So let me wait while the thing is simulating. Okay, so if I push this button, this LED will turn on. Alright, so let's do that. As you can see, the first LED is on, the blue LED is on. So let's continue. Press it again, and the green LED is on. The reason why it's not showing green is because both the blue and the green is on together, right? So let me also turn it again. So let it change to another color. So this is the second color, which is the red. So I'm going to press it, continue pressing it. As you can see, the yellow is on, the white is on, the orange is on. So if I press it one more time, it will turn off all these LED. You can see all LED is turned off. So that is how the circuit works. So let's go to the code and I will show you the code aspect, how I program this. So I'm going to pause the simulator, then go over to our IDE. So here is the code. So I use the variable. This is just in a variable form, right? So these are blue, green, red, yellow, white, orange, and our push button. So I just give them their pin name, right? This is their pin, this is the number of the pin in our Arduino. So under this voice setup, I set our pin mode to output, or the whole LED to output, and then the input as input pull up. So I'm using an internal input pull up of the Arduino board, right? So in this void loop, this is where the whole thing is happening. In this void loop, I declare another variable. If you look here, you see I declare a global variable, which is this is a global variable. I just declare it here, and I came to this void loop and initialize it. So I want this hold here to read our input signal that is coming from pin 2, right? So this digital read function is going to read the input signal that is coming from the pin 2. So under it, I now use an if statement. I now say if hold is equals to low, because initially the pin 2 is put high, it is high. So whenever I push the push button, it is going to go low. So it's going to read a low signal. So I now say if this hold, that means the signal that is reading from pin 2 is equals to low, it should update this. Let me tell you where this thing comes in. This is a function that I declared outside the void loop. This is a function where I use it to turn on the LED. So I'm using a switch case. Here is the function that I declare, right? I know I've not taught you how to declare a function, but in our future video I will also show you how to declare a function and how to call the function inside any either the function either you call the function by another function, or you call it inside this void loop. So this is the function that I declare, and this is a switch case that I use. So remember what I taught you, how switch case works. So in this case 1, here is where the whole turning on of the LED is, right? And under this case 7 is where the turning low of all the LED is. So, and you remember in our switch case video, I showed you I was changing the case parameters in the Arduino IDE. But this time around, I don't want to be changing the parameters in this IDE. I want the parameters to be changed by itself with a signal, with a push button, instead of me coming to this IDE and be changing the case parameter that is inside this bracket, right? And remember, I use a variable which I use as a upload. This is just the variable name I gave to my cases, upload, which I declare here as a global variable is equals to 0, and I don't have a case of 0, right? So what I did is that I use this push button. That's where this upload plus plus comes in. Whenever I push the button, this upload plus plus, I'll add it by 1. Okay, so whenever I push a button, it will add by 1. Whenever I push a button, it will add by 1. By so doing, it will be transiting from these cases, this case 1, case 2. Initially, this case here is this our upload here under this variable that I declared is 0, and we don't have a case of 0 here. So whenever I push a button, it will add 1 to this upload. So this upload now become 1, and when the compiler comes, it will see the case 1 here and execute this this digital write for action by turning on the blue LED. So if I press the button again, it will update it by 1. It will add 1 to this upload, making it 2. It will now go to this case 2, right? So instead of me to be coming to this IDE and be changing the value of this upload, I use a push button to be adding 1 to it, so that it will be transiting, right? So that is it about this code here. Then I want to show you another thing also. Remember in this in our simulator, whenever I press the button, all the LED will be lighting up at once. So I want whenever I press a button, what I need is whenever I press a button, after the first LED turns on, if I press it again, that first LED will turn off, then the second one will turn on. Let me show you what I mean. Now see what I mean here. If I turn on this, if I push this button here, you can see that the blue light is on, right? Then if I push it again, this blue light will off, then the green light will on, so we can see the color of each individual LED instead of turning on the whole LED at once. So I'll also show you how I code it. Let me go through it so you see it. So you have seen now the blue light is off. So now it's only the green light. You see the color of the green light. So if I press it again, this green light will off and the red light will on. Let me show you too. Just watch what is going on. Are you seeing it? The green light is off now. The red light is what is on. So if I press another button again, this red light will off. The yellow LED will turn on. Instead of them staying on at once, I want, if I press it, let the previous action be off and the current one to be updated. You can see now this one is off, this one is on. So if I press it again, this one will off, this one will on, right? So see what is going on now. The white LED is on and the yellow LED is off. You see, the orange is on. If I press it again, the orange LED will turn off. See, the orange LED is off. So if I press it again, it will recycle again. It will start over again. So let's see it. You see, it will start over again. So let me show you just a little bit. I just tweaked something in the code. Let me show you what I tweaked. So let's go to the code and show you what I tweaked in the code. So this is the code. So see what I tweaked, some changes that I made. So this is the case 1. In the case 1, when we press the button and this upload is being added by 1, it will execute this case 1 and this case 1 will turn on. Then after that, if I press the button again, it will now go to case 2. At the first, whenever it gets to case 2, see what the action that I told it to do, to turn off the previous, which is this, to turn off the blue light, right? So once it turns off the blue light, it will now turn on the green light. So that is how I made the changes. It's just like the previous code that I showed, but just a little bit of changes in the code. So that's how to, do this little manipulation, this little practical that I showed you using switch case statement. So I hope you understand how we are able to achieve what we did today. So thank you guys for watching. See you in our next video. Bye.